So we got an article here from Bloomberg, and it talks about the number we've all been curious about for a long time about how much money is the secret Wu Tang album actually sold for.
Right.
And so many moons ago, it was sold for what was said to be around 2 million.
Okay.
But we never got a real number. Nobody knows. So,
Hmm.
you know, the government in 2015 seized the album from Martin Shkreli, and that was in 2015. 2015, Pharmacy Bro, in response to controversial trial, was charged with security fraud in 2017. He was convicted. Oh, they seized it in 2017.
What
And,
I was just gonna ask, what do they do with the proceeds from these sales?
well, what had happened was Shkreli owed the government money. So
Okay.
they seized his assets, and they're basically trying to get the assets back.
Okay.
hmm
Got it.
So then in October of 2021, the New York Times revealed that the new owners of Once Upon a Time in Shaolin were a digital art and crypto collective known as Pleaser DAO, and they paid the equivalent of $4 million in crypto.
Okay. Does that mean that they're probably reselling it or have already resold it?
I don't think so because they're an art collective. But that
Hmm.
is what's being said here in the article. And so,
I heard crypto
um,
and I was like, hmm.
right. So the whole thing is people have been trying to figure out what was it really sold for first, and what did the government get it for?
Right.
And so that number is what we're getting the answer to in this article here from the Bloombergs. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, so that number is right here. It says that the U.S. Marshals Service turned over another copy of the bill of sale and the purchase agreement last Friday,
Mhm.
unredacting the details. The person writing this article says, I had been pursuing since late 2021. It shows that the government sold Once Upon a Time in Shaolin for $2,238,482.30, which is the amount Shkreli owed the government.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Interesting. I mean, that's a lot of
So
money.
there's a lot of money. It's also interesting because it was sold for um 2 million to him originally, give or take.
So they got a little extra. They got a little something on the top.
Well, because that's what he owed. So
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, I understand. I'm just saying it sold for more than he originally got it for.
correct. What's
Okay.
interesting is those numbers are interesting. Let me say that. But what I think is interesting, and maybe people forgot, I know I forgot definitely, was his album is 2 CDs, and the buyer, Shkreli, agreed that they would not duplicate it or play it commercially for 88 years
Well,
until 2103. That's
until we're all not here.
right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
sure. So we'll never know what it sounds like.
Well, I don't know if you remember a while ago there was a controversy behind that because apparently Homeboy was sending it to people making copies, having listening
I do remember
sessions.
that. Yeah,
So some people might know what it sounds like, but yeah,
but we don't. Okay.
not us common folk, no.
Mm-mm.
But
We do, however.
well, wait, before we move on, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, I think it's interesting. I don't know. It's so ominous, right? Like we don't know what it sounds like, so we don't even know if it's we don't even know if the value
Mhm,
aligns.
right.
Um it could be a terrible album. I mean, it's probably not, right? It's Wu Tang, but I'm just saying we don't know what what's on the album. It's just kind of one of those things where it's like we're never gonna know much about it.
Right.
Even the sale was like hidden, for so long, and the amount of money that it was sold for was hidden for so long. And I get that it's tied to the government, so there's, nuance there that um prevents that from happening. But I don't know. I mean, I guess it's interesting. It wasn't that far off. It's not like they sold it for $5 million or something like that, and then they sold it for the value of the amount that he owed. So I guess now he's square, at
Yeah,
least in that sense.
Shirley's debt is paid. That's for sure. I always thought that the album existing as an art piece was interesting. I also thought that was
Hmm.
innovative back then. I still think it is. We've seen some people sell albums for $100, $50
Hmm.
since then. But nothing of the magnitude of millions of dollars. Um, the secrecy behind what is on this thing. Is it like just skits, or is there even actual music on it? Like there's just so much lore around the album
Right.
that it's really interesting. Um I think it's interesting too, which you kind of pointed out, that it hasn't really increased much in value over the years.
Yeah.
But I do like that this art collective has it. Because if just Joe Schmo bought it, who knows if it would even be appreciated.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know anything about the art collective. Let me be clear. Maybe they too are Joe Schmo, but based on the wording in this article, it seems like they are not just Joe Schmo. They are an
Hmm.
art collective. And so that makes me feel like, okay, then they appreciate it as a piece of art, which is
Yeah.
what it was intended by RZA to kind of be.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think I hope that they do something or have done something with it, um, that allows it to kind of, I guess, I don't even know if celebrated is the right word because we don't know what we celebrate.
Right.
But but if it's considered art, then maybe it's on display somewhere, or something like that. I think would be really cool to see.
Yeah,
I
I
would
agree.
definitely, they put it in a museum, I'd go see it.
Word.